Hi, I'm Natalie Ledwell. I'm the founder of mymovies.com and the best-selling author of Never in Your Wildest Dreams. And today, I'm going to share with you the secret to creating powerful affirmations that stick. So let me start by asking you a question. Have you been harboring the belief that you're too old to learn new things? You know, maybe you feel that you're set in your ways and that you're too old to change. Or maybe you believe that achieving your goals seems pretty much impossible, basically impossible. Well, the thing is that many people believe that once we get to a certain age, our personality, the way that we think, the way that we do things, it just becomes so ingrained that it's impossible for us to change. But this is actually just a myth, and I completely call BS on this because it's absolutely not true. You do actually have control over your beliefs. And a great place to start to change these is with positive self-talk and positive visualizations. So when you do this, not only will you feel amazing, but you'll also be emitting a positive vibration or frequency out into the universe or out into the world so that you'll be attracting the vibrational match to that. So you're attracting the positive people and the opportunities that you need to make it your reality. Now, affirmations are reminders to your subconscious mind to stay focused on your goals and to come up with solutions to the challenges and the obstacles that might come up your way. Now, affirmation can also create higher vibrational emotions for you, like happiness, joy, appreciation, and gratitude that then through the law of attraction magnetize the people, the resources, and the opportunities that are a vibrational match to that to come into your life to help you achieve those goals. So whether you know it or not, you are often using certain phrases and statements like they are affirmations. And what's happening is that these phrases are unwittingly bringing you exactly what you don't want. So maybe you understand, or maybe you actually recognize some of these sayings. Things like, everything I eat goes straight to my hips. Ever heard that one before? I know I've used it. What about, I'm never going to meet someone that I can love? Or I never catch a break. Or no matter what I do, I never seem to get ahead. Now, when we say these things, we are attracting to us exactly what we don't want and exactly what we're saying. Like when we say, everything I eat goes to my hips, we know that our hips start to get bigger and it seems to be a problem area and we wonder why. When we say, I'm never going to meet someone that I love, well then we always seem to be dating and going out and looking for someone and never really finding someone that we actually love. So what we're doing is perpetuating these things as our reality unwittingly. And so what we want to try and do is counteract that. So what we want to try and do is create positive affirmations that are going to be able to create what we actually do want. Now, when we use positive affirmations daily, what happens is it interrupts the old thought process. And it creates these neural pathways. So we think these old thoughts repetitively, which create these neural pathways. So every time we think about creating money or wealth or love or whatever that is, these old thoughts and old paradigms come from the subconscious mind to the conscious mind. But by going through these affirmations and using them as a visualization prompt, what it does is it replaces those negative thoughts and beliefs with positive ones that travel along new neural pathways. Now, to achieve this, and you want to continually flood your subconscious mind with these thoughts and images of this new reality. Like I said, through repetition, that's how the old ones got there. That's how we're going to replace them with the new ones. So now I want to share with you 8 simple steps for creating effective and affirming statements that will help you create the reality that you want. So if you've got a chance, grab a pen and paper because you want to write these down, or you may refer to this video a little bit later on. Okay? So, number 1. The first tip I want to give you is you want to start as many affirmations with the words I am. When those 2 words are put together, they are the 2 most powerful words in the English language. As soon as you start an affirmation with I am, you are instantly taking ownership of whatever it is that you put into your affirmation. So for example, you might say, I am happy, I am empowered, I'm a successful entrepreneur, I'm a loving spouse. Whatever that is, when you started with the words I am, you are taking complete ownership and embodying exactly what it is that you're describing in those affirmations. So it's super powerful. So tip number 2 is to obviously write your affirmations in present tense. The reason we do this is because your affirmations are prompts. to be able to help you visualize and see in your mind you already living that reality or already living that goal. This is why they have to be written in present tense. Now, I know that we often have people that go, affirmations, they don't really work. And it's because a lot of people, when they use affirmations, they'll stand in front of a mirror and go, I am successful, or I am thin, or I am powerful, when their present reality is not that. So their subconscious mind is like, who do you think you're kidding? You're not powerful, you're not thin, you're not whatever. So when we use affirmations, we don't use them in that tense. What we do is we actually use them to describe the future that we want as if it's already happening now, so it's easy for us to go there and visualize that in our mind, okay? So tip number 3 is to state your affirmation in the positive. So affirm what it is that you actually do want and not what you don't want. So, for example, the words that we use are very, very important. So we don't want to write an affirmation that says, I'm pain-free. Now, I know that we want to be pain-free, but each word that we put in our affirmation conjures up a picture in our mind. So when I say the word pain, or if I say the word debt, or if I say the word lonely, what picture does that conjure up in your mind? I don't think it's the one that you want. I know when I say the word debt, I'm taken straight back to my desk when I was in 2006, sitting in Sydney, looking at all my bills and looking at my bank account and wondering what I was doing wrong. Figuring, I'm like, what's the piece that I'm missing here? How I don't get it. So we want to make sure that we use the words describing what it is that we do want. Financial abundance, financially free, optimal health, strong mobility in all of my limbs, love, support, all those kind of things. So these are the kind of words that you want to use. Now, tip number 4 is keep it brief. It doesn't have to be a whole essay, and it doesn't have to be a whole big long sentence. Remember, these affirmations, the way that we use them is as a prompt. So you could write, I am happy, rather than, I'm really happy in my current life, with my dog and my family and where I live and a whole thing. It just goes, I am happy. Now, when you say it, keep it succinct and short like that. What happens is when you say, I am happy, it can take you to a myriad of different places. It's really keeping you open to that. And more than anything else, it's helping you feel happy, which is super important. Okay, so tip number 5 is to make it specific, but not too specific. So what do I mean by that? Okay, so when you're using an affirmation to describe, I have an outrageously successful business, or I have an outrageously successful career. So you're specific in what it is that you want, but not being too specific and saying that it has to be career in a specific industry, working in a specific city, and getting really down to the nitty-gritty. Okay, maybe it's just, I have a business that I feel passionate about. Now, what that does is it opens you up to the surprise and the delight that the universe can do to be able to fulfill that particular affirmation. If you have a business that you feel passionate about, there's a million different ways that can manifest for you. And by being specific but not too specific, helps you to open up your portal between you and the universe for magic to come in. Okay, so tip number 6 is to include an action word that ends with ing, like loving or being or laughing. Okay, so what you're doing is when you use those type of action words, you're actually seeing yourself doing these particular things and embodying these different types of things. So one of the types of affirmations I recommend, other than describing what it is that you want and what life looks like and why you want it, is what kind of actions are you taking? Like, what changes do you need to make to your daily practice to be able to achieve what it is that you're looking for? So when you use these action words, then you're also looking at what kind of actions you need to do and the things that you need to do to embody to be able to bring this amazing future into your life. Okay, so tip number 7 is to include at least one dynamic emotion or feeling word. So remember, when we do our visualizations, yes, we want to be able to see ourselves already being there. And yes, when we do that, we want to bring in as many senses as we can, what we're seeing, what we're tasting, all of those kind of things. But more important than anything else is what we're feeling. Because emotions are the frequency that we send out into the universe or the unified field. So then whatever is a vibrational match to that frequency that we are emanating then gets attracted back to us. This is the basic dynamics of the law of attraction. So a lot of people ask me, okay, when I'm visualizing, what am I supposed to feel? Am I supposed to feel happy? And I go, well, not necessarily. I know that back in 2006, when I'm trying to visualize, my financial abundance, the emotion that I felt the most was relief, because I no longer had debt. I didn't have to worry about how I was going to pay the credit cards. I actually could, actually feel relieved that I was in this place where I didn't have to worry about that anymore. You might be feeling pride. You might be feeling accomplishment. And yes, you could be feeling happiness and joy. So whatever you would feel in the moment when you're living and embodying that future, that's what you want to feel when you're visualizing. Now, tip number 8, which is my last tip, is to make sure that you write the affirmations for yourself and not for others. I wish I had $1 for every time someone said, can I write the affirmation, my child cleans up their room, or my spouse, does personal development. So yes, unless they're reading the affirmation and they're visualizing it, then that affirmation is not going to be effective. So the only caveat to this is when you are creating a look at the future and the visualization of the future, when it includes a business partner or a love interest. So normally what you will do is you'll write affirmations that describe who you are, how you show up, how you feel. Then you'll write affirmations describing your business partner or your love interest. But then you'll also write affirmations about what you achieve and do together. So you have some we affirmations when you're doing that, but other than that, your affirmations really have to be for yourself. Now, before I go, I want to share with you 3 of my favorite positive affirmations that will set you up for success. My first favorite positive affirmation is, I am a creative genius. Now, the reason I love this one is because when I talk about being creative, I'm not talking about, painting and drawing and crafts and things like that. I'm talking about my life. I'm talking about how I'm a creative genius to some audacious, delicious, amazing, out-of-the-box things that I can achieve in my life. And when I can be that creative and tap into that and set some super audacious goals, I know that if I don't get that wild in my imagination, then I'm never going to get there. So when I say I'm a creative genius, I really mean that in relation to my life. My next favorite positive affirmation is, I am worthy of everything I desire. Now, as you know, a lot of us have limiting beliefs. Actually, we all have limiting beliefs, but one of the most common limiting beliefs that we have is that I'm not worthy or that I don't deserve. So when I remind myself that I am worthy of everything that I desire, it really puts me in that place of deserving, and it changes the frequency that I have around this future goal and this future reality that I want to create. And then my third positive affirmation that's my favorite is, I am in love with my life. When I say I am in love with my life, it puts me into this amazing state of gratitude that not only makes me grateful for what I have, but it puts me at this higher frequency, which is the same frequency as abundance, and it opens up the channel for more amazing things to come in. So I hope you've enjoyed this video today. My name is Natalie Ledwell, and I'd love for you to be able to leave a comment below so that you can share with us how you use affirmations and maybe some of your favorite affirmations that you use to power you through your life. So don't forget to subscribe to the My Movies YouTube channel for more videos on personal growth and the law of attraction. Thank you for watching, and bye for now.